Hi, I'm Purva. Welcome back to my channel. In the last month of June, I managed to read only 2 books, and in this video, I am going to be discussing about those 2 books. The first book was Normal People by Sally Rooney. I'm surprised as well as happy that I got to read such a good contemporary themed book, much against my expectations that had built up because of her previous book, which was Conversation with Friends, in which she had just floated around the whole theme of character exploration in a much superficial manner. Initially, while I started reading this book, I got this wrong sense that this was yet another young adult fiction themed book, but as the book delved or jumped into the future of the characters, it helped me fully erase this misconception of mine. So, this is the story of Connell and Marianne starting off as teenagers and about their constant attraction to one another expressed through physical intimacy and sharing of personal thoughts. It is their story of realization that they are made for each other through their teenage years and further as university students. It is through their struggles that Rooney manages to explore the social issues through 2 main ways. The first one is through the experiences of the main characters, and secondly, through the experiences of their family and friends. The issues addressed in this book can be seen as those which are faced by all the strata of the society. Mainly the domestic abuse, bullying, sexual harassment, depression, poverty, and right to abortion, etc. And this time, Rooney has really worked hard in this book towards building a strong character base, and this point was the one that kept me hooked in this book compared to her previous one. Another reason for my piqued interest in this book was its critical acclamation, which it had received worldwide, and also coming from a young writer who is still under 30 years, this amazing work had to be read. There is also its screen adaptation available on Netflix by the same name, and I'm thinking of giving it a try too, owing to its good reviews, which is a very rare thing for a book to screen adaptations. Also, one good thing which was constant throughout this book was the quality of the exchange and conversations which take place throughout the book, and Rooney has made it a point to highlight the most tiniest or minuscule of thoughts which the characters have, and this have a huge impact on the reader about the intellectual quality of the characters, and this made the book for me more interesting and the one to keep going on with. The second and the last book which I read last month was a non-fiction called Beyond Impossible by Mimi Anderson. This was my first go at sports related biographies, and what made me choose this book was the age and the story of the author. This is not one of those books where a person is born with a talent and he or she just needs to embrace it to reach heights, but this is the story of a middle-aged woman who started running well into her adult life, well after getting married and after having children. This was a major reason why I thought this book might be exceptionally enjoyable and inspiring to read, and yes, it was. This book simply teaches you to tackle your fears, fall in love with something you had imagined it not being for you, and excel at it through persistence. And that's exactly what Mimi did with her life. After going through a major disturbing mental traumatic experience in her childhood, she had to face her consequences in the form of anorexia. When it consumed her fully, she decided to defeat it, and how? Surprisingly, its remedy was running, and thus for Mimi began a love story between her and her growing passion for running. And she took her passion to such a level that she broke all the records and made her name into Guinness Book. And if that's not success, then I don't know what is. I think this is a must read for every runner as well as a non-runner, and this book will give you just the right amount of inspiration that you need to keep going. That's it from me today. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.